Well, hello and welcome back to another scaling style video with Lore Master Caerula. I mentioned this in a previous video, but the sort of original Gunnm series was never big on increasing the attack potency of the characters. Alita and the rest of the cast remain in that city block tier for the entire run of the original manga, and it makes determining which version of Alita is stronger than the other versions of Alita a little murky. Today I want to show you a part of that dilemma. So without further ado, let's jump into the discussion of the Berserker body versus the Motorball body. At first glance, it may not seem to be much of a problem. The Motorball arc in which Alita has her Motorball body comes after the Hugo arc where Alita has her Berserker body. Unfortunately, it's just not that simple. The Berserker body just has way more lore implications and showings to suggest it's stronger. The Berserker body is simply put a machine made for war. Made up of violent Berserker cells, it most likely was used during the violent terraforming wars, and using it, Alita was capable of doing some incredible things, like reacting to champion body Makaku's grinder cutters, which were moving at 3 to 4 times the speed of sound, as well as being able to block this massive explosion by creating an electromagnetic field. This explosion, by the way, is easily City Block Plus, given its size. And my personal favorite feat from her in this body is using an electrical attack to bait a lightning strike into killing her opponent, who's this other hunter warrior. So long story short, the Berserker body is really powerful. Conversely, the Motorball body can do absolutely none of these things. Well, the grinder cutter thing is debatable, but just based on its utility, it is worse. As a trade-off for no plasma usage and no electrical attacks, Alita gets faster movement speed, as well as the diamond-tipped Damascus blade, which does offer her a level of AP that she didn't have otherwise, but also is saddled with far lower durability, as even Ajakari, who in a practice round, who is not even aiming to kill, still manages to snap Alita's leg like a twig, and civilian body Jashugan manages to blow out her arm during their arm wrestling match. So on pure physicality, it becomes clear the Motorball body is just blatantly inferior. However, that doesn't mean Alita herself is weaker. Indeed, Motorball arc Alita's skills vastly improve. We see her further refining her Panzer Kunst in this arc, like against the practice dummies and in live combat, and she for the first time learns about Chi, an extremely key aspect of Gunnm in general that the earlier Berserker Alita doesn't know and cannot exploit. Even this Motorball Alita was able to detach Jashugan's arm after the wrestling match. Finally, there's just the fact that Jashugan has narrative going for him. He's unanimously depicted as the strongest man in the scrapyard, and this is a dying Jashugan at that. I mean, he completely and utterly destroys Alita's team in a matter of moments by himself, and the fact that Alita was even swapping hands with this guy by the end of the arc is way more impressive skill-wise than Berserker body Alita defeating champion body Makaku ever was. So despite the lower durability of Motorball body Alita and its decreased utility, between the Damascus blade that offers a major attack potency increase to Alita and her blatant skill advantage, I would consider Motorball arc Alita as superior and therefore scale those he fights more highly.